and join the live. Today we're talking about emergency preparedness. I want to finish the 3 lives that I needed to do all day yesterday. I want to finish those today, and really, you know what? I want to be available for y'all. Doesn't that make sense? Yes, I hope so, because I do. I want to be available for you guys. I want it takes a lot to when you are a work from home mom, when you're a work from home woman, when you're a work from home wife, it takes a lot to do the things that we do on a day to day basis and say, wait, we have to show up for our tribe. And I want to always show up for my tribe. I thank God for all of you. I thank God that you guys are, a part, and that you share in, really understanding what I'm trying to do for all of the women. So, you know what? And it takes women like you to be, it takes women like you to just be an encouragement. And I don't think you guys really realize how much of an encouragement that you are. But I thank God for you. I thank God for all of you, and that you know what, that you are who you are. So I'm just going to share, give some time to jump on. I want to start exactly at 10:30, if not maybe 2 minutes before. But I want to just invite everyone, give everybody an opportunity to find us, and give all the others opportunity not only to find us, but to, hey, Terry, hey, how are you? I was just getting ready to I'm trying to share to the other groups. So if you can share to your friends and your followers, I would greatly appreciate it. Share to anybody that you think wants to be or needs to be participating today. This has been one of those days where you have to decide, I'm in a rush. You have to decide, I'm doing this. Thanks so much for sharing. You have to decide that, you know what, whether I know the content, I know the coach, and I know I'm sharing her or him because, hey, why not? Right? So thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. We just give a couple more minutes, and we're talking about emergency preparedness. I think I've planned out how I want to do my lives. Since I've been working it this way. And what I mean by that is I did my list. You guys know I did my list, right? So I did my list, and I did my agendas, and I did my outlines for 7 lives, and it kind of worked out. I did 4 yesterday, and I'm going to do 3 today. And in doing those 3, what's happened is I looked at what was left and how important, matter of importance, that those things need to be shared. So we're going to talk about emergency preparedness. So I'm just going to see if a couple more people will jump on. Thanks again for joining. Thanks again for being a part. Thanks again for sharing. Let me say that in advance. And let me again share that I am Dana Williamson. Okay. All right. Wonderful. 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 Okay. So we're going to get started. Um, And Terry, thanks for always being a support. And I'm doing this on the Bad Queens of the Roundtable page because I want some of the viewers that are not my friends or not part of the groups, the other groups that I have, to be able to participate or see, what I do as a whole as well. Also to introduce people to the Bad Queens Network, as well as some of the um, what do you call, some of the services that I offer. So we're talking about emergency preparedness. Why in the world are we talking about emergency preparedness? Well, let's say this: our lives have changed. We have a new president, so we're under a new presidential administration. In the past 2 months, we've gone through some very strenuous times, and with this new administration, but nonetheless, if anybody is like me, we're not looking at this administration as our downfall, but how can we continue to come up? But in coming up as a woman of God, I also have to say that I am looking at what the end time actually looks like for all of us. What and when I say end time, I'm saying end time. We don't have our homes any longer. We don't have the ability to purchase food any longer. We don't have the ability to use these cell services that we have right now any longer. Um, we 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 are in a place as saints and women of God. I'm really speaking to the women and all of you that are actually watching. We are in a place as Christians where we have to look at the book of Revelation and say to ourselves that the Bible is really fulfilling itself. Give me 1 second. The Bible is completing itself. The Bible is fulfilling itself. And knowing that the Bible is fulfilling itself, we have to understand that, okay, it can either be really bad depending on the life we lead, or it can be kind of bad because the Bible does tell us we have to go through the tribulation period. So when I looked at emergency preparedness and how this whole outline came about, I'm thinking about the end time and what does that mean for not only us in business but us in our lives. So I get that people that have faith and they believe in God, they're only on this one level. But when you're on a different level, when you're on a level that I'm on, and I'm not by myself on this level, but when you're on the level that I'm on, you look at things like, okay, God is speaking. How do I respond? You can't just respond with the same mojo. You just can't respond with the same what everyone else is doing. You can't just respond. Excuse me. You can't just respond with the same. Hey, what should I do? Or I'll just keep doing what I'm doing until the Lord decides to take me home. No, you have to prepare because we have to go through the tribulation period. When you prepare, you're showing others to prepare as well. When you're putting yourself in a position to help or to extend facts or to put basically what do we used to say when we were kids? Put somebody else on, then you have to be in that position. And I'm saying that to you like you're one person, because it only takes one person to get it started. So if my outline helps you to get it started, helps us both to get it started, that means two of us can help two other people. So that's two of us helping two other people. So how many is that? 6. Why is it two other people? Because it's not one person for you. It's two persons each. So now we've helped 6 people. And then now 6 people help 6 more. And then actually 12 more. Do you follow what I'm saying? We're utilizing our skills. We're utilizing our mindsets. And you're probably saying, okay, well, Coach Dana, what does that have to do with where we are as far as business? What does it have to do with where we are in this training? Well, let me tell you what it has to do with. It has to do with the fact that I'm a professional organizer. I talked about that in the previous training, and I'm sharing this again today because as a professional organizer, I can help you virtually. I don't have to be in your house, in your office, in your city to help you to pull together the things that are necessary for getting organized and being prepared. Hence, emergency preparedness. So this brief training does lead into other trainings and things that you will see on the website at either baddanamarie.com or badfbi.info. All you have to do is click on professional organizer. So emergency preparedness. What are we talking about here? Number 1, I'm afraid. And if I could just show you that I started this, I'm afraid. Why are you afraid? Well, you're afraid because of what I previously said. You were talking about tribulation period. You know what? Hey, let's not make it that drastic. We're talking about the fact that I've lost my job. We're talking about the fact that I could lose my job within the next 30 or 45 days. We're talking about I have to move. I have to relocate. I'm being evicted. I don't know what to do next. I'm losing my business. I'm losing my mind trying to build my business. And that is one of the things that I have here under point number one, I'm afraid, is why. The because, no support. If we're talking about business, we're talking about no support. Wait a minute. If we're talking about business and we're talking no support, that can also be I'm losing my business or I'm losing my mind in my business. That can also mean if we're talking no support and we're saying, okay, I'm being evicted. Okay, well, then they're saying, well, go back to work. But I'm saying I'm building my business. Why are you not supporting me in building my business? I don't want to. It's probably what people really want to say. I don't want to support you. But instead of saying I don't want to, they're just, I can share you. It's really easy to do that. It's really simple to, kind of answer the question haphazardly instead of just saying, I don't want to support you. I'd rather be the one to say, you know what? I don't want what you have, but I can share you. I don't want what you have. It's funny, but it's the truth. I mean, seriously. I don't want what you have, but I can support you. I can share you. I can, I can share a link. I can share a link. I can share a response. I can do all of those things. But I would rather be the one to say, tell the truth. And okay, so then the other because to why I'm afraid is I was blinded by the end result. What does that mean? Well, the end result can be scary. If you're losing your job, if you're going to be evicted, if you're losing your job and you have no choice but to start your business, a child is sick, which is one of the other points down below. When the because come at you, the end result that you can only see is the fact that you have no money. The end result that you can only see, the results that you can only see are negative, basically. They're not positive. But if you can look at it in a way, if you can change that negative to a positive, you can actually get prepared for this emergency better than you are, better than your mindset. A lot of people think that just because you have no money, there's nothing wrong with getting a job. There's nothing wrong with getting a second job. There's nothing wrong with any of those things. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. What's wrong is when you decide that that's your only answer. So number 2 gets us to the deep end. Push past the stronghold. Push past the stronghold. Okay, so what does that mean? You have to develop a better relationship with God. You're probably saying, what does that have to do with business? What does that have to do with being evicted? What does that have to do with losing my job? What does that have to do with anything that's negatively happening to me right now? My business is failing. My house is failing. I don't have the money I need to keep my house going. What does that have to do with anything? What does that better relationship with God have to do with anything? Let me tell you something, and let me put my paper aside. Having a better relationship with God is not just a feel good on Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, all the conferences, all of the revivals, all of those things. Not just singing in the choir, not just sitting in the pews, not just being the pastor. A better relationship with God is actually hearing what God has to say and really knowing that it's God. I had someone, which I mentioned in another training and actually in a Bible study live, that someone questioned me and said, I really hope that you're listening to God, that it's God that you're hearing. And I'm saying to them, are you considering, this is me saying in my mind, are you considering that I'm listening to the devil? You're such a dummy. Just because it doesn't sound the way you think it should sound does not mean that it's not God. And believe me, because you said that, I'm surely not listening to you. Nonetheless, push past the stronghold. Pushing past the stronghold means identifying the stronghold. Did you know that the fear of rejection is a stronghold? Did you know that the fear of the negative results is a stronghold? So you have to push past the stronghold. How can you do that? One of my points under that is in developing the relationship. The next point is reading the book of James. Why should you read the book of James? Well, one, it's in the Bible. You cannot look in You cannot look in the Bible. Thank you so much. I'm glad this is helping you, and I'm so glad that you have shared this with others so it can help them too, Terry. When you read the books in the Bible can't lie. The Bible doesn't lie. The Bible directs us. We don't like it much. We don't like it. Of course we don't. We don't like the Bible much. We don't like what it says to us. We don't like the direction that it gives us. We don't like the concerns. We don't like the slap in the face that it gives us. But the Bible is supposed to rebuke, correct, and put us on the right track. So you're reading the book of James to do what? To study to show thyself approved. Hey, you're studying to show thyself approved by God. So God sees that you open up your word, and please forgive me, I don't have my Bible in front of me, but I do have this. And guess what? I can show you where it's at. I can show you exactly where it's at. Do you see this? That is the Bible, Bible.com. I'm listening to the Bible. Actually listening to, oh, wow. Oh, Jesus. Actually listening to Mark. I went back too far, but I'm listening to, here it is, Luke. I'm on Luke chapter 1. That's where I'm at. I don't know why I did that, but yes. Nonetheless, I'm on Luke chapter 1. I'm listening to the Bible. I listen to the Bible. I read the Bible. When I pray, I allow God to speak to me and tell me what he needs me to do. Now that could be in scripture, or, he might give me verses, or he might give me some words, and then I go and seek those words out in the word. I always teach any of my spiritual clients, or any of my sister friends, anybody that I minister to, anybody, I tell them, read the book of James, because it tells you about the Christian life. If you have a New King James Version study Bible, that's exactly what it says. It tells you about the Christian lifestyle and what it should do. This is how you develop a relationship with God. You realize what he's saying to you about what you need to do. And yeah, it's going to feel uncomfortable, but it's necessary. And again, we're talking emergency preparedness. Positive affirmations and business scripture are another point under push past the stronghold. Honey, you want to build your business. You want to increase and elevate in your life. You want God to see you doing what he says to do, that helps to basically curve and mold everything that he has put in your place. So when you have these positive affirmations and you have these business scriptures, mainly for me, some of my positive affirmations are scripture, fearfully and wonderfully made, Proverbs 31 woman, or preparing to be, scriptures about how God prepared Esther to be the queen, scriptures in Ruth of how she was working, scriptures of Mary when the Holy Ghost visited her. Come on now. We are those people. These are general people. They were general special people. And Moses, God spoke to Moses through a burning bush. And actually, I think I would have burnt Moses' fingers first, only because he had killed somebody. But then, if God had burnt Moses' fingers first, Moses would have ran off like bushes on fire. He never would have heard God through the bush. Nonetheless, God knew that Moses had killed 2 people, had murdered 2 people. God knew that Moses was sent off to people that were not part of his heritage, his background, his culture, but he was saved. You follow what I'm saying? So when you read the book of James and you're studying to show yourself approved and you're putting these positive affirmations together and these scriptures for business, realize what God has said to you positively, and realize that in that positiveness, you have to be obedient to the call and obedient to what he has given you. So number three under emergency preparedness is 2-part. Someone got sick. One of the points, when you think about, okay, let's kind of bring this down a little bit. When you think about business and you think about what you need, where you need to go, you think about you're losing your home, you're losing your job, your business is not where you really want it to be. It's not in any of the understanding that you have or that you had when you started business. Then you're getting your momentum, right? Like I made my outlines, right? And all of a sudden I find out, okay, I'm on borrowed time, but I got these outlines. I got to get this done, but I'm on borrowed time. I'm on borrowed time because, okay, if I don't get $2,000 or $3,000 to pay my rent, I'm going to be evicted. Hey, oh, great. Thank you so much, Sherry. And I'm glad that you're joining. I am so glad that you're joining. I know you're trying to build your business as well, but I'm so glad that you're joining. Oh, wait, can I do a sidebar here? All of these videos will be, all of these trainings, these mini trainings will be available on YouTube within the next, like hour after we finish the live. Okay, so going back to someone got sick. You got your momentum going, you're building your business, you got these outlines going, and hey, we were just talking about support. So thanks so much. You got these outlines going, and you're doing your lives, you're doing your scopes, you're doing whatever, right? Someone gets sick. This was me last year. Last year, about February, March. I'm trying to build business. I'm trying to keep the momentum going so that I can keep people purchasing the bad brand, bad books, Demia Willis, all of those things, right? And then someone gets sick. So now I had to pull mama duty, not grandma duty, but mama duty. And all of my kids are grown, and having to pull in mama duty, I had to do something I was not ready to do. And after this happened, I had to say to people, I can't go back to that because it takes away from what I'm trying to do. It takes away from what God has laid in my lap to do. It takes away from where my mind is. And I'm saying that because not because I don't care about my children, not because I can't be there for my children. I'm saying that because when I look at everything that it took me to, at this time last year, it took me 3 years to get to. It took me 3 years to find me. It took me 3 years to build up enough shoulders and backbone to carry this business alone. Now to have someone get sick. So in the experience of someone getting sick, this is how I handled it. I had my laptop, I had my paper, my notes, I had my phone. And I was able to use Wi-Fi in the hospital. I had my laptop. Anything I needed to do, any books I needed to write, I continued on. I never stopped the flow. It bothered me because you know what? It throws you off kilter for a minute. But what it does do is it told me what I could do, what I could handle. So yeah, here I am. I got this backbone, got these shoulders squared. I got this business, and I still got my kids, and I'm holding up everything alone. Okay. And one thing I realized with my kids, with my child, as I was holding him up, Dad stepped in and said, what do you need for this? Never said anything about business. He could care less about business. We might be divorced, but he could care less about business. But he will say, you know what do you need? Can I bring you something to eat? Do you need blah, da, da, yeah. So I did have all kinds of help of, you need something to eat? Can I bring you something to drink? Can I this? Can I that? Yada, yada, yada. And that helped me so that I could keep working. So when someone gets sick, you may find that you have more help on that end than you do on the business end. So you just keep going. So always have something at your fingertips. Here's another thing. At that time, my son was about 40 miles away from where I was. Maybe not even 40, maybe about 30 miles away from where I was. And from where I was living. So what I had to do was decide to stay in the city. Guess what? I had learned from a great woman. She does a lot of events, Alba Henderson. She taught me because I was trying to get my modeling thing together too, plus size 45. And she says, always have this to-go bag or a bag ready in your vehicle, model bag. Have your model bag ready. So I had this model bag ready for 2 or 3 months. I had clothes in it, change of clothes, face wash, face towels, all those things. And I'm thinking, I'm stuck in the city. I cannot go driving back home and come back within 24 hours. And it dawned on me, I have things in my car. So that was a blessing. So if someone gets sick, you're ready. Okay. So, and that was part A. Part B, you get sick. I had this happen to me, and let me tell you what happened. And this is why I always teach, have some things on, well, let that be part B, point number one. Have things on automation, newsletters, yeah, social media posts, anything that, automatic emails. You have those things on automatic so that you can uh, so that you can keep things going. So that people, one, you don't want to tell people that you're sick sometimes, and you don't want to tell people your business. So you want to have some things to just kind of keep going. And as you keep going, then you see again, back squared weight. So you get sick. And I had this happen to me. Thank you so much, Sherry. I had this happen to me in January of 2016, just after the new year. I think it was actually January 7th. I had a little tickle in my throat, couldn't sleep, woke up the next morning, felt like I had been in a car accident, beat up. Somebody was trying to end my life, and went to the emergency. I never go to the emergency room. I don't like to tell people, oh, go to urgent care and see what's wrong with you, blah, blah, blah. Because I don't like, one, spending the money to go to urgent care, but two, I don't like spending the money to go to urgent care for them to tell me I have a cold. Tell me something is wrong with me, keep me. I don't know. I'm not paying that $100 copay just for you to say to me, oh, get some juice. And nonetheless, my body hurt so bad. My head hurt. My life, I just was screaming for death, that I was in the walk-in for about 2 hours, and they did all kind of cultures and stuff, and they gave me some pain med, some strenuous pain med, as well as some cough medicine to take. And so I'm at Walgreens, and they call me and they say, you've got the flu. And I'm like, no, I don't get sick. I really wanted to call them a name, like, take that culture again. But I knew I was sick. And when I got home, and I had sprayed Lysol all over the house and stuff so no one else gets sick, and I'm in my room, I can't eat anything, I can't look at anything, I have all of this orange juice, I have tissue, I have whatever, don't touch me, don't talk to me, don't turn the light on, I can't hear, I'm taking this medicine that's making me think about Santa Claus, and all I can think of is, God, why am I sick? So I ask the question, and I'm praying, and then I say, no, just take me. I'm dead. I'm dead. Just take me. I want to die. Just, that's it. I want to die. I don't want anything else to happen. Just let me die. And I'm screaming for death. And over the next couple of days, the Lord speaks to me and says, there's a reason why I told you all that on the seventh day you rest. And I sat there and I said, what have I been doing for the past few months? Working. Trying again. You're talking, I had gotten some money together, getting some inventory. I had increased on all levels. I was doing what I wanted to do, right? I was trying to build. I was trying to this. I was trying to that. And I had just kept working. I was trying to bless my kids. I was trying to prepare for whatever God was going to tell me to do. That's what I was doing. And what happened? I never stopped. And so God said, 7 days, on the seventh day, rest. And you didn't. So I'm going to sit you down. And do you guys know, for 7 days, I didn't move. I couldn't move. I didn't have a choice. I couldn't move. On the 6th day, when I wanted to eat something, and I'm looking at this steak, and I eat a couple bites of this steak, and I was like, okay, I can't do it. I got to go. I stopped taking the medicine that they gave me because I was tired of dreaming about Santa Claus. And because I was tired of dreaming about Santa Claus, I stopped taking that medicine. I was like, no, it's not helping me. And sure enough, once I stopped taking that medicine and I had this conversation with God, I was good. I was able to get some sleep. I was able to turn the TV on low. I was able to let a little light in. I was able to leave out of the bedroom. But I had gotten sick. And with that, I had to say to God, I am sorry. I had to repent. So under number 3, letter B, you get sick. You have to plan. The reason why a lot of us get sick is because we're disobedient to what God has said to us. We don't take that rest. We don't do that. We don't take a Sabbath day. We don't sit down. We don't go to church. We don't relax. We don't this, we don't that. We do everything that we need to do 24/7. And when God has to sit us down, it could either be lightly or it could be like it was for me, which was very drastic. So then moving on to number four, because I want to get this done in 8 minutes. Moving on to number four, don't have the money. You don't have the money. Lord Jesus, why don't you have the money? Well, a lot of us don't have the money. A lot of us don't have money to get this started. A lot of us don't have the money to get that started. A lot of us don't have money to continue to invest in our direct sales businesses. A lot of us don't have money to buy the products that we need to have to keep inventory. A lot of us are not like me. A lot of us are like me. You're traveling, but you go to one destination. You have to wait for things to kind of add up in order to go to the next destination, and then you have to wait for things to add up in order to go to the next destination. Do you follow what I'm saying? So when you're in that position, you have to say, I don't have the money. But the point under I don't have the money is, who can I connect to help me to get this off the ground? One thing that I have been doing in the past few days is asking for a team, asking for people to help me to build a team. I need 3 people. Right now, I just have 2, and these 2 people always show up for me either privately or publicly. And I'm getting ready to send out an email to them and say, you know what, we got to get this going, because come tomorrow, I'm halfway to, I have to leave between Saturday and Monday. Okay, so I need to get this team going so that if I don't have any internet access, I'm on the road, and I know I have them to help push some things forward. Then we all know that we're winning for each other. So I'm building this team. I've been asking to build this team. And why is that? Because whomever I connect to, or whomever connects with me, knows that they're connecting with a broader picture. They're connecting with a global alliance. Faith Group Investigations International Ministries is international. It's global. BAD, FBI, which is part of the ministry and the business, it's global. It's not just right here within the United States. Yeah, I need somebody to research all that. Yeah, I need somebody to say, okay, if I need to take BAD over to Ethiopia or over to London or over to Italy, I need somebody to say, okay, what does that actually mean? Do I have a residence right here in the United States and I'm just going globally and they pay the United States fee? What does all that mean? I need somebody to research that. Is somebody going to tell me, well, hire a virtual assistant? I don't need to hire a virtual assistant. I need someone who can be on my team and who can help build my team, or help me to build the BAD brand, while I'm reciprocating that. I'm helping you build your business as well, or your ministry as well. It's a bartering system, but it's what the epitome of a bad queen is. Iron sharpens iron. So I don't need someone to say to me, hire a virtual assistant. A virtual assistant is doing a job where a team member is building a vision. Make a note there. Hello? Somebody grab that. A virtual assistant is doing a job where a team member is helping to build and establish a vision. So you don't have the money. How do you pay the team member? Hey, bartering systems, gifts. And you know what? Basically say it may not be a paid position right now, but it will be a paid position later. Somebody who's money hungry is not going to help you. Somebody who does not see the God in you is not going to help you. Someone who only cares about self is not going to help you. So they're not part of your team. Matter of fact, you'll find out within the first 24 hours of them saying yes, whether or not they're on your team. I had somebody say, okay, I'm ready to do this, and this, and then all hell breaks loose in their life within 24 hours. So you can't help me do this, and this. I've had somebody do that to me in the past, 5 years. So now that I'm asking for help from the people that actually help, it's more so that, can you help in the slip in? Can you help in the where you're building your business? We're building this business together, okay? Can you help me in that while I'll help you in that? We're all doing it together. You follow what I'm saying? It all comes down to everybody helping everybody. Again, the epitome of iron sharpens iron. Number five, and we got 3 minutes. Number 5 has 5 points. And I'm not going to break down all of these 5 points. Why am I not going to break down all these 5 points? Because if I can interject here, this is where you find out about the classes that I offer virtually as a professional organizer. Emergency preparedness is one of those. Event planning, online and offline, is also one of those. And what has happened here is you'll get this in a deeper breakdown. You'll get actually part 5 is what you'll get in emergency preparedness, because it's part of organization. So number 5, this is what you'll need for even 1, 2, 3, and 4. Or organizational binders. You will need planners. You will need a mission possible, which is mission statement for the emergency. Why do you need a mission statement for the emergency? I'm not going to break that down, but I think you guys can kind of, that's a given. Okay. Mission statement for the emergency. What is the emergency? I'm about to be evicted. What is your mission statement? Mission statement for the emergency. What is the emergency? My business is failing. How can I get it to increase and elevate? You need an escape plan. You're moving. Moving LLC is what I have here. Establish the business in another country. We talked about that. Developing a support system in that country. I can develop a support system right here in the United States if my team is willing to get on their cell phones, tablets, or whatever to do research for the next country I need to get to. I hope you guys understand that. Reinvest in your business. Every cent counts. When I mean every cent counts, let me give you an example of every cent count. Lately, I've been finding these dimes. I've been finding dimes more so than I've been finding pennies. And then once I got the revelation of the dimes, what happened? I started finding these anywhere. Parking lots, on the floor, in the yard, in the store. Yeah. There's a spiritual significance of the number 25. There's a spiritual significance of the number 10, but there's more of a spiritual significance of money. Why are you finding money? Why are you finding not only money, but why are you finding this kind of money? Why is it not pennies? We can find pennies everywhere, right? But that's not what I was finding. I was finding dimes, and now I'm finding quarters. Now that I know the spiritual significance of this, I have this. So now that you have a basis of emergency preparedness, remember I said earlier that you can go over to my websites and you can click on professional organizer. So you can go over to www.baddanamarie.com and click on professional organizer, or you can go over to www.badfbi.info. If I can type it right. And you can also click on professional organizer. In the next couple of days, actually today, I will be adding the online and offline event planning. Yes, you know what? I thought of that, Terry, as soon as I put it up there, silver, and we talked about this, didn't we? Nonetheless, I will have loaded on the site today the event, the class, the $49.97 class for event planning on and offline. I will also later today have the self-help class for the emergency preparedness. That is what I do as a professional organizer. This is what I do trainings as a coach. So if you need me to speak, if you need me to encourage, motivate, and push people past where they are, please visit the websites. Again, that's danamarie.com, baddanamarie.com, badfbi.info. I am Dana Williamson with Bad LLC, the original Bad Queen of the Roundtable. Thank you so much for joining today's live. I'll see you again soon.